So we have found the Queen Karula. She's quite vocal this morning, so let's just listen a bit, listen to her calling. I wonder if they weren't disturbed last night by maybe a hyena. She's calling the cubs. There's no sign of the cubs yet. She's quite vocal. Maybe the last 2 or 3 minutes just calling like this constantly. Haven't heard anything back. No reaction from the cubs, so I don't know where they have gone. Just looking around in the trees, maybe they jumped up into one of the trees if hyena came to bother them. Or maybe they moved off, maybe they carried on. They're happy with a full stomach and they moved off away from the area and left Mum on her own, carried on exploring. She's relatively close to the kill, maybe 50 meters or so from where we found them yesterday. I did see a bit of tracks in the riverbed just before we found her of maybe one of the cubs heading back south, so maybe it's moved off. Maybe went for a drink at Twin Dams. I went past the dams, but I didn't see anything there, so maybe they carried on. She does look a bit bothered. A bit upset. Maybe they've moved so far that they're not hearing Mum at the moment. We'll see. Maybe she'll get up and start moving around. Maybe try and see if she can pick up on their scent. Follow that maybe for a bit. I wonder how far these cubs would be away for them not to hear Mum contact calling. Maybe 500-600 meters or more. always feel so sorry for Mum when they're calling like this and not getting any reaction. Normally the cubs will react very quickly, come running in at the call of Mum. So growing up, this is a call of most likely a meal, and now there's no reaction at all. I haven't heard any calls coming back. So, yeah, stressful times. Who knows what the story is here? We'll have to wait and see how it unfolds. Excuse me. Ashley, you would like to know if she's breathing very heavily. Yes, she is. She's panting. She's digesting the kill that they made yesterday. All the food that she's had. She's just busy digesting that. And the heavy breathing helps with the digestion. You can hear the calls are growing louder and louder. Heard a reaction coming from somewhere to our right, quite far off, somewhere in this area. There was an answer, and she's looking into that direction intently. So maybe one of the cubs have heard her calls and is on its way back. Oh, she's on the move. One of my favorite calls and things to hear in the African bush is the rasping of a leopard. How beautiful was that? So maybe she's decided that the contact calling isn't doing the job, and she's going to try with the louder, more territorial call. Let's see where she goes. She's moving. I think she's going to just relieve herself. Maybe scratch her paws and urinate as well. There's a bit of a territorial marking. Let's see where she goes. She might be heading in the direction of where I heard that call. We're going to have to quickly shoot around, get out of this drainage line and try to pick up on her again. Good luck, Mum. I really hope you find your cubs. Let's just move forward a bit, get a last view of her before she disappears into the thick bush. It is quite worrying what the story is here. So hopefully we'll be able to get you an answer. Let's really keep our fingers crossed and see what is what. But yeah, hopefully it's got a good ending. Just hold on, we're just gonna go up the embankment here, see if we can follow her for a bit. There we go. Didn't get stuck. This is actually giving me a bit of a better position to scan around the area where she's looking at. I still haven't had any visual or any movement of anything. So if anything, she's gonna have to lead us to the cubs. Folks, while we keep checking out and figuring out what is happening here, we're going to head over to Taylor and find out what's happening with her lion tracks. Yeah, she has moved a little bit, still calling every now and then, and those rasping calls just getting more and more. So yeah, it's going to be a very intense, stressful morning until we find out what the story is here. I'm hoping for the best, and I believe that we're going to have the cubs join us at some stage. I'm really keeping my fingers crossed for that. But for the time being, let's enjoy being with her. Let's help her search for these cubs. Mirror, you would like to know what would happen if she can't find the cubs. No, sorry about that. I misheard there a little bit. I think she'll keep trying for as long as she can until she gets a final answer. If we don't find the cubs at all. So imagining things. It's a tough one. She'll have to kind of get closure, and if worse comes to worse, and I'm not saying that that is the case, but I'm using it as an example. If there is a carcass of one of these youngsters, if things really went very bad, then she would move on eventually. But without knowing, I think she'll keep searching. She'll just keep moving around, seeing if she can find anything, find any sign of the youngsters. And yeah, that's unfortunately the ugly part of nature, when things like this are a possibility. Jason and Jess, you are wondering if there are any other predator tracks around Karula. I haven't picked up any sign yet. We didn't go directly to where the kill was last night, so I couldn't see if there were any bones left, anything had been taken. There were some tracks in the riverbed. I thought it might have been one of the youngsters. I might have been wrong. Riverbeds and dry sand are quite tough to see tracks because of the looseness of the sand. So tracks start changing shape a little bit. We'll have to go back later maybe and just explore that area a bit more maybe and look for any specific sign of what might have happened. But I think for the moment it's more important for us to stick with Karula and see what she gets up to. Rahisa, you would like to know if she may have hunted during the night and is calling her cubs back for a meal. I don't think so. They made a kill yesterday afternoon or during the day sometime. I don't think that she would hunt immediately after that. And if she did, she would have most likely hoisted it up in a tree or something to keep it away from other predators or any scavengers. And we might have found her in the tree with the kill calling, not moving around and looking so upset. So I don't think that is the case this morning. Hey, we've got a baby. We have got a baby. Welcome back. We got you. Relief. And the other one is joining up. Thank goodness for that. I think it's young Hosana that's at the back here coming in. Okay, we can settle our nerves. Sure. This is very, very, very good news. Hello, Mum. And the royal family is reunited. Everyone looks very, very, very happy. Our little explorers made us very worried. Here we go, number one. Good morning, Xongile and Hosana. Folks, we're going to have to navigate through the bush here again, so we might lose visual of them for a couple of minutes. It's quite thick here and we need to make a big loop around, so let's stick with them for as long as we can have visual, and then we'll try and move her. But while we reposition and get a better view of these three beautiful cats, we're going to... The royal family is on the move and coming towards a dam for a drink. Just getting the vehicle ready so we can have a beautiful view of them having a sip of water. The two cubs are very playful. They were playing in the riverbank before jumping out, following Mum. Following Mum to the water. Those Egyptian geese have taken off in a hurry, getting away from the predators. It is amazing how the behavior of these animals can make us stress. Once you start getting to know these animals, there's a very big connection with them and you live yourself into their lives to an extent. I'm very happy that we had a happy ending to the story today, and I'm glad that the royal family is back together again. beautiful shot. Hello, Mum. Hopefully you're getting some beautiful screenshots this morning of these three together at the water. Something got Hosana's attention there. It looked like maybe a Natal spurfowl running away in the distance. Just the movement got his attention. Mal, I'm very happy to hear that you were able to hear the leopard's call for the first time. Maria, you are saying that you hope Karula gave them a good talking to. I think that's still on its way, but I hope she does have a stern chat to them, letting them know not to play around like this and be foolish and give all of us a hard time. This would have been, in a human case, it would have been a similar situation where maybe a child slips out in the middle of the night to go to someone else's house party and only comes back early in the morning without really getting any permission from the parents. So maybe they'll get a hiding. But how nice is this, just walking past us right in front of the vehicle. Karula's back to her normal self. She just sprayed a bit of urine to mark her territory, let everyone know she's the boss of the area. Hosana, I think, is going to jump on his mother. It looks like he's stalking his mother. Just reposition again. She's not having any of that. Murray, you would like to know why Hosana is almost as big as Karula. Males of most species are normally bigger, and he's growing a lot faster than little Xongile. So I think soon he'll pass his mother and get bigger than her. Karula's on the move again. She's leading them somewhere. I don't know where yet. We'll have to find out. We are slowly but surely approaching our southern boundary. So she might be wanting to lead them south and cross over the boundary. Let's hope it gets nice and hot quickly and they decide to sleep somewhere in the shade before they cross over, so we can spend a bit more time with them. Michael, you would like to know if Karula had another set of cubs, if she'd allow Xongile and Hosana to interact with them. Excuse me. I don't think for the first couple of months of the new cubs' lives she would allow any interaction of any sorts. Maybe later on, when they've grown up a bit, she'll allow maybe Xongile a bit of interaction. But I think after Hosana gets on the move and he moves out, I don't think he'll be allowed any interaction, because he might start feeling that it's not his cubs, he's ready for mating, and he might want to get his genetics on the roll. So I doubt that he'll be in the area long enough to be able to have any interaction with new cubs. Mia in Illinois, your question, are the cubs marking any territory yet? Not at all, no. They are still too young to do that. And if any of the two, especially Hosana, tries and do something like that, I think he'll get into big trouble with the dominant males in the area. Tingana would not be happy if this guy starts taking any chances like that. That would be a very bad idea, excuse me, for him to start testing out the power of the other males at this age. He needs to grow up a bit, grow a bit stronger before he starts even thinking about doing any of that. He'll probably only really start scent marking once he's maybe 3 or 4 years old, maybe even a little bit older, when he's strong enough to push out the older male that has had a territory and he has taken over that territory. So I would give him another at least 2 to 3 years before he'll be anywhere close to that. And in that time, he might be very far from here. Folks, while we keep looking at these 3 beautiful cats, we're going to head over to Taylor and see what she's up to, if she's had any luck with those lions. Beautiful shot of these cubs. They're still following Karula. Karula's gone up onto a termite mound. We're going to get a chance to have a look there now. She's still calling and sounds quite upset with the whole situation. Just got some other people that have joined us. I'm going to reposition here quickly. Yeah, I wonder if she's upset about these youngsters being so naughty this morning, or if she's trying to get someone's attention. Xongile is joining her on the termite mound. We are going to have a beautiful sight in only a couple of seconds. Here we go. Having a good look at the world from above. What are you doing, Xongile? I'm looking for a toy. Hopefully it's in my Christmas box. Little boxing bag there. I got it. Got you. This is a spectacular sight to see. Betty, you would like to know, when Karula was calling the last time, she had her head very low to the ground. She's just using the ground almost as a natural loudspeaker. So just pushing that onto the ground and having the ground push it, or maybe make it resonate more. It's not that she was pushing the sound into the ground and it's traveling underground. It's just to get a bit of natural ambience and getting it a lot louder. She just marked the tree there. Little Xongile. Oh, that's interesting. Xongile is marking. I mean, you would like to know if Hosana, or if when Hosana and Xongile urinate normally, if other leopards would take that as a scent mark. I don't think they would. I think everyone understands that there are natural processes to be done. So yeah, I don't know if it must have to do with pheromones and other signs in the urine that makes animals realize this is a territorial marking. And I think also if an animal urinates and sprays urine maybe over the territorial animal's urine, that might be, or that is an indication of this is a challenge we're going to take you on. And I'm here to push you out of your territory. Approaching the boundary fast. I don't know how long we're still going to be with them before they disappear. There is a squirrel that's extremely upset with this leopard presence. They're sitting on top of the termite mound there. It's just gone down. But they were very unhappy with Aqua. You would like to know if there's a possibility of another leopard in the area, maybe. Oh, naughty kids. Mom's just trying to rest and the kids want to play. Yeah, if there's another leopard in the area, that is definitely a possibility that there might have been a visitor to her area while she was on the move somewhere, and she's picked that up through the scent now, and is just trying to maybe let them know that she is still around and not ready to give up her territory yet. I think we are going to lose them shortly. They're approaching this boundary road. It has been a lovely morning spending time with these beautiful three cats and seeing how this story unfolded from this stressful morning that we had of not knowing what... Oh, look at that jump! Of not knowing what was happening and then having a good ending to it. Tall man, you would like to know the maximum distance that the cubs could have heard their mother call or heard their mother calling. I'm not sure at the exact number, but my guess would have been those softer calls, maybe 500-600 meters, and that loud rasping call would carry a much longer distance, maybe a couple of kilometers at least, for them to hear her. Let's have one last look at them here before they disappear. It's Hosana and Xongile still playing with one another, and Mum moving away a bit further in front, leading the way. And off they go. Folks, I think let's leave these young cats to do their thing, and Mum, let's carry on. We'll give some other people a chance to have a look at them. We have had an exceptional morning with the royal family, and let's see what else we can find for the morning.